Pedal is slipping away from under my feet. Let's keep going. Hello everybody, I hope you are well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look at me playing a little bit of Natural Woman there. Like I'm a piano player now. Hello, I am Levi Clay, and this evening I am going to be transcribing something that doesn't sound anything like that, but probably will be using some keyboard to work out the harmony. Not that you should have any problems with the harmony on this tune. We are going to be looking at the incredible, the inimitable, that feels like a word, phrase, Brett Garsed. I have been the biggest Brett Garsed fan for far too long now. Let's go with that. I don't know where the time goes. Brett's last solo album, Dark Matter, came out in 2011. So that was 11 years ago. So that must mean that I have been really, really into Brett's music for 20 years. It must be 20 years. Maybe not as long as that, but yeah. When I discovered Brett for the first time, just an unbelievably big influence on me, and really kind of the missing link, if you like, between players like Alan Holdsworth and Tom Quayle. So back when I first discovered Brett's music, I wasn't into Alan Holdsworth music, and I'm still not all that into Alan's music. I know he's obviously a big influence on Brett, but yeah, I was never really into Alan's music. Brett's music I was very into, though. I thought Brett's music was very cool. And nobody sounded like Brett. Nobody sounded like Brett. And the thing that I took from listening to Brett was how cool his modern legato lines were. It was like Holdsworth, but very rhythmically precise would be a good way of putting it, I think. And yeah, I was fascinated by it. And I put so much time into transcribing Brett's playing and so much time into learning to play all that legato stuff. And then, a couple of years later, Tom Quayle hit the scene, and I was like, oh, cool, I'll stop doing that then. Because I'm not going to be able to do it as well as this motherfucker. And I'm glad I made that decision, to be honest, because, yeah, you know, Tom really can't be bested at this sort of stuff. But still, given the choice, I love you, Tom. I love you, bud. I really do. But I'm still always going to I'm always going to go for Brett Garsed first. So, yeah. I also, for those of you that have checked out my books, you will know that in my slide guitar, 100 slide guitar licks, I forget what the book's called. In my 100 blues slide licks book, Brett was one of the artists that I focused on, because Brett was the reason I started playing slide. If you look at, I'm not sure what guitar it's on. It's on my hollow body. In fact, if I switch cameras, do this, you can see this guitar down here. Oh, you can't see the strap holder on it. There's a strap holder on there, and that's a Brett Garsed signature strap holder, signature strap, and it has a slide holder on it. So, absolutely love Brett's playing, both from a melodic standpoint, you know, the slide thing, but also from a technical standpoint. He's also a big hybrid picker. So, you know, again, I've got a hybrid picking book. I started working on hybrid picking because of Brett Garsed. We're going to get to see some of his hybrid picking technique in a hell of a lot of detail today, so you should have some fun with that. Trying to understand how it is that he does what he does. In terms of recommendations of Brett's music to go and check out, of course, I think everybody's probably going to recommend the 2 albums that he did with TJ Helmerich. Those aren't on Spotify, so you need to do some digging around to find those. That would be Quid Pro Quo and Exempt, I'm sure the second album is called. I have both of those on CD, obviously, because I'm old school like that. Those albums are great, but if you want something that's full of a little bit more melodic content, his first solo album, Big Sky, is really, really wonderful. There's some very nice melodic playing on there. I'm particularly fond of the song Drowning. I think that's really, really nice. A nice combination of slide guitar and soloing. Very, very cool tune. If you want to see him at his technical best, probably check out the Centrifugal Funk album, which he plays on with Frank Gambale and Sean Lane. In particular, the track Hey T-Bone, which I transcribed all of way too long ago, just for Brett's incredible lines. So, just phenomenal player. He has done a lot of other stuff outside of that, working in, kind of pop bands like Nelson, and also John Farnham. Worked with John Farnham for a long time. Aside from that, the Uncle Mo's Space Ranch albums, which he did again with TJ Helmerich, those are kind of cool, worth checking out if you want something a little bit different. And I see Richard's just mentioned his video in the DVD. So there is an instructional video. Is it called Melodic Improvisation? Maybe? I don't know. That's really cool. And his instructional DVD, again, is it called Guitar Improvisation? I forget what that one's called. I love that. I transcribed, they do Burgers in Bed on that, and I transcribed a lot of that as well. So, wonderful player. You have to go and check him out if you're unfamiliar with him. Obviously, we're going to be looking at some of his playing tonight. You will find some very, very cool lines in his playing. Very cool lines. So, let's check out these comments. Hello, Richard. How's it going? Hello, Juan. How's it going? Siega Guitarist. Hey up. I hope you're well, Levi. New player for me. Oh, awesome. Awesome. You've enjoyed everyone you've heard from me. Sweet. That's good to hear. If you and I think that's the thing to consider with when you talk about someone like Frank Gambale, you talk about Sean Lane, and therefore we put Brett's name in there. You are going to consider them to be a technical monster, and of course Brett is a technical monster if he chooses to be. But as I say, for me, the main focus of his playing is how melodic he is. His lines are just fantastic in terms of melody. The contour of the lines is just phenomenal. So he really is one of the greats. And I don't want to speculate as to why he's not a more household name, and then I'm immediately going to speculate as to those reasons. Brett is, I believe, 58 now, so definitely getting on a bit. I think that it's the nature of he lives out in Australia, and Australia often feels very cut off from the rest of the world. So I think that whenever he decided to move from LA back to Australia, that probably had a lot of knock-on effects in terms of career. And that's a big shame because, as I say, just phenomenal player. Absolutely phenomenal player. So Austin has never heard Brett's playing either. I mean, I feel like what we're doing here is probably not the best introduction to Brett. So why don't I go and dig out a lovely introduction to Brett? What we're going to be transcribing is excellent, don't get me wrong, but let's go for a classic. I will be with you in a second, chaps. Okay, so the entire let's bring it up. The entire Rock Fusion instructional video is on YouTube, so that's probably worth checking out. Live solo. I'm just scrolling through here for things that I know to be absolutely outrageous. Some of the stuff that we're going to be transcribing is on here. I'm sure, well, why not? Let's just go for some of the Rock Fusion video.
Groundbreaking guitars.
The smoothest. No sweep picking in there, all hybrid picking.
Hi, I'm Brett.
Hi Brett, how's it going, bud? Let's just go for one more video. I'm really trying to pick. Yeah, okay, I guess. That's his signature ESP guitar. I've wanted one of those for years. No one plays chromatic legato lines like Brett. No one. Sure, you guys get the idea. So just a phenomenal play, really is. And the kind of nature of what we're talking about here, looking at someone in this kind of setting, it's never going to showcase them in the way that I want to showcase them, because when it comes to making content for YouTube, you put up the flashiest stuff. And as I say, I'm not interested in the flashy stuff. I'm interested in the really melodic stuff. So I'm interested in the song, like I say, the song Drowning, just beautiful, strong, powerful melody. The song Brothers, strong, powerful melody. So definitely all about the melodies that he plays. But let's get transcribing. So before I do that, as usual, I'm just going to hit my credits. Big thank you to all my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. In fact, I would urge you to head on over to Patreon. Check out the link in the description, because I'm starting something new on Tuesday. Study Club is changing to a weekly guided practice routine video. That's right, a weekly guided practice routine video where I'm going to make a practice routine and do the routine from start to finish, so we can make you more bulletproof musicians over the period of the coming months and years. It's going to be great fun, so please do check that out. Right, so shall we get on with some transcribing? And we can ask the question, so Levi, what are you actually going to be transcribing today? Well, as I say, Brett has been uploading a lot more content to social media recently, which is really, really cool. Because he's an underrepresented guitar player on the internet. This is the other thing, like Brett... I've known Brett for years now. I've talked with Brett for years via email and stuff, and just top guy. But technology averse would, I think, be a fair way of describing Brett. I think over a decade ago, when I was in music school, he was considering offering Skype lessons, and he didn't know if he had the technical capabilities to do that. We're talking about that sort of guy. So it's nice to see that he's kind of got his online act together and he's uploading more content. So head on over to his YouTube channel and subscribe to him, because he is the king of all things. Absolutely the king of all things. So the video we're doing is a video that he uploaded just recently called Minor Thirds Improv, in which he's playing a Strat. Typical kind of Brett Garsed camera angle things to look at here. He has put a camera angle on his picking hand, so you can really see just how much hybrid picking he has going on in what he's doing. As I say, there's no sweep picking when he does these arpeggios. He does these lightning fast ascending and descending arpeggios with the pick and fingers. It's just outrageous to see it done, how fluidly he does that. I'll never understand how he does it as well as he does. I can probably slide my chair in now as I'm not playing piano. Right, so Yeah, this is the tune. Let's take a listen to it, and I'll talk about it while we're listening to it, and then we'll get transcribing. So it's just an improvisation over a minor thirds backing track, and this actually wasn't the main one he went with releasing on YouTube. This was the second one he put up. This was just the first take that he did over it. So let's check it out. I'm going to move my face so you can really look at this picking hand. So it's that minor 7 thing modulating in minor thirds. Sounds like it, right? No one plays legato lines like that. Just check that picking hand out. Rewind that. Outrageous. Not sure why there's a Ken doll on top of his amp. What? So E minor 7. And then we're just going to assume he's going to go to G minor 7. Yep. And then it's going to be B flat minor. Yeah, so it's minor 7 chords modulating in minor thirds. Classic thing that Brett likes to practice over and warm up over. Some really cool stuff to look at in this one. I'm going to delve into the melodic stuff, and I'm going to delve into the more technically demanding legato stuff, and then I'll switch on over, pick up a guitar, and take a look at some of the lines in a little bit more detail. Let's just check out, see if we've got any comments. Thanks for the comment, Ewan. If you saw that, I appreciate it. I hope you're on the video. Yeah, outrageous player. Definitely not a blues though. Right, let's take a look, and don't play this stuff on the blues. You get fired. So yeah, as usual, I'm just gonna subdivide my beats and all that good stuff. Oh, actually, I should probably say, let's do this. www.pianote.com/Levi Clay. There's a link to my affiliate page on pianote.com. I've learned to play piano in the last year. I learned to play via Pianote. That link will get you a completely free trial for piano, and I'll get paid just for signing up for a free trial. So you don't have to pay anything, and I'll get paid. So if you want to help the channel out, click on that link and go and learn some piano, because it's, as you saw there, like it engages my ear in a different way with a recording like this. I didn't go to pick up my guitar to work out what he was playing. I had a good sense of what he was likely to be doing, and then you saw that I was able to play chord voicings, and I found it to be very useful for my practice. So go and check that out. Anyway, so we're starting. So this is, I'm going to put a beat marker in there. I don't know why. What chord are we on? Yeah, we're starting on the E minor 7. Kind of classic. Ba-da-da-da. And I'm going to vocalise, right? Yeah, so da-da-da-da. That cable being in the way of my hand is going to annoy me. Zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit clearer what I'm doing. There's an anacrusis here, which is a pickup bar. Not like that. but I never mark anacrusis on my transcriptions until the end because it messes the way notation appears as you start writing it. So we'll do it like that. So yes, the cart on that. Now you should be able to hear that. What is that interval over that E minor chord? If I'm playing, we should be able to hear this note and know instinctively that's our Dorian note. That's our sixth. Where's my fucking pedal? We should be able to hear that and know that sound as being that Dorian sixth. Very important. All these little silly to pick out details like this, but when you look at this phrase, like really look at it, play each 4-note fragment on your guitar and just ask yourself, are these the traditional 3-note string legato patterns that you're likely to hear, or are these the traditional arpeggio based patterns that you're likely to hear? And the answer to that is just simply no. Each one of these has a richer sound quality, if you like, would be the best way I can describe it. You're looking at this and seeing this as being kind of like a G major sharp 11, G major 7 sharp 11 type thing, just because you've got that sharp 4 in there. Looking at this as being like a D6, because it's a D6. Seeing this as like, I'm hearing this being like more like C sharp minor 7 flat 5 to my ears, more of a C sharp minor 7 flat 5 fragment. They're just very tasty. Boom. Ba-dum. Where's he playing that? Ba-dum. Yeah. So we could look at this and we could talk arpeggio substitution. This is like a D major chord he's playing. But of course he's playing over the top of an E minor 7 chord voicing. So we've got like that's probably a bit low there. Let's do it here. And then fleshing it out with this over the... Just a beautiful sound, right? E minor 7. If I put the E bass note under it. Creates that sound, and classic fusion, right? I mean, I can just say something positive about everything he does, which is tasty, not starting your line on beat 1. Bo, bo, ba. He doesn't play that there, does he? He's actually plays it like that. Then this will be, yeah, jumping down. I love that. Is he fingering like that? Let's double check. It's a shift slide. Or is it legato? Let me double check that. Now this line is just an absolute fucking masterclass of taste and phrasing. You could look at this and call this like a B minor triad, yeah, sure. But I think thinking of this as being a D major sound or like a D6 sound works just as well. So seeing this as being like this all quite strong D major sound up until this point, where we then resolve into this E minor 7 sound, just lovely. I don't have perfect pitch, Joris guitars. No perfect pitch. Not even close. But yes, this is absolutely a skill that you can learn. I've been teaching it to people for 10 years now. Yeah. So check out my Patreon page. Cheap plug. Good to see you, Stephen. How's it going, brother? Checking the fingering. Yeah, so he does this, and I love this pattern. So this is, he's not pulling off there, he's sliding, and then this is a pull off to 10. That's a lovely little pattern that Brett likes to play. Yeah, 15, 14, 10. To give it's kind of like surrounding, in my mind, I think of it as, we're playing that E minor 7 chord. So we've got this, and he jumps up to the third of the chord, plays the 9, but then rather than hitting that root, we have, it's nice. I think of things from a harmonic standpoint, and you, instead of the boring, we're getting. Ba ba da ba ba do ba. Absolutely, that's the Ciego guitarist. That's exactly the point. You take the licks and you work them into your own playing. Bo ba da bo, bo ba da bo. Has Brett just uploaded a video? Is that a thing? I hope it's a thing. I'm gonna go check. I know he's got where is his fucking channel? Oh no, is it not Brett? Brett uploaded a video a couple of days ago. Scallywag. Now you get the melodic minor, like, or certainly what I think of as being a melodic minor sound. I guess, no, technically not. I'm thinking B melodic minor, but we're playing over an E chord at this point, so not really B melodic minor. But yeah, Brett plays with very high action because he's a slide player. Now he's picking all of that. Does he play it like that? I'm checking the finger. Yeah. Baya. That's just so fucking tasty. Listen to it. That's tempo. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do. So don't need the counting. That's just a tasty phrase. Ba-da-ba-ba. Actually, this would be the phrase I don't like in the whole thing. This is the one I like the least because this is the closest he comes to that traditional, 3-note string legato playing. And yeah. Yeah, from hanging out with and knowing guys like Tom Quayle, his action is surprisingly high. Yeah. Sorry, Brett, classless line. Not a fan of that one at all, bud. I'm gonna put a key signature in on this, and I'm making the decision to do this the way I like to do modal key signatures. So although he's playing E Dorian, which is obviously the second mode of the D major scale, I would always rather put the key signature for E minor in. And the reason for that is very simple. If you put the key signature for D major in here, then I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say to myself, this is in D. Or I might think to myself, this is in B minor, because that's what that key signature says to me. Whereas when I see a single sharp here, this says to me the key of G or the key of E minor, and being able to see these identifiable C sharps immediately tells me this is E Dorian. So that's why I make the decision to put my key signatures in the way I do, like that. We can go in and fix these accidentals, make them look neater. That is fine. Should expect that. Yeah, fine, cool. Yeah, that's why I do it that way. So now we're changing chord, and I wouldn't do this. Normally I'd have one key signature for an entire piece, but because this is very much modal improvisation, improvising over key changes, shifting modality, shifting tonalities, I will actually put key signature changes in on this. So we're going from that E minor to a G minor 7. I should probably put the chord on, right? So we do that. So the chord changes here. What does he target? Well, it's going to be the flat third, right? Yeah. So key signature, and we're going to put the key signature of G minor. And then we're going to see, when we transcribe this, if we think about the key of G minor, A, B, C, D, E, the key signature would suggest that there would be E flats. But because I'm going to be able to see the E naturals as part of the accidentals, I can immediately identify this as Dorian. Ba 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 da ba. Ba da ba ba. I'm gonna write that as though he's playing in time. So he's not actually hitting that. I'll put it in as a meter string. And back to that subject of key signatures and why I've chosen to notate it the way I have. From an analysis perspective, this is actually even more handy for you. Because now, when you're studying a transcription, and we know this is Dorian, it's very easy for us to get a sense of just how Dorian something is. So when we see an accidental in this, most specifically a C sharp over this E minor chord, we know that that's that Dorian sixth. So we can look at this and say, okay, well, when Brett plays Dorian, he actually does play that sixth quite a lot. He uses it in his legato lines. When we're over the G minor, these E naturals tell us, oh, that's that Dorian sixth. So we can see just how much he uses it. And I think that's worth pointing out, because if you analyse because I can talk about my own playing, if you listen to the Hellcat Molly record and you analyse my shred lines over both Dorian and Aeolian contexts, I tend to not play the sixth in those contexts, so my lines work in both contexts. Whereas the sixth is much more important, and that's one of the reasons, lines sound different. So it'd be challenging theoretically, though. Guitar with higher action sustains more. Yeah. You get better tone. You do get better tone and sustain. So. Doing the slide there. And I think that was really the thing that really blew me away with Brett. I said, there's actually one other album that I'm a huge fan of that Brett plays on. It's not his record, but the Planet X album, Quantum. He's the primary guitarist on that album. Alan Holdsworth is on there on a couple of tunes, but primarily it's Brett playing guitar on that. And that was the first album that Brett played on that I bought. And that absolutely blew me away. And just listening to Brett's playing, the thing that really got me about it, and I talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's how precise rhythmically his stuff is, right? So when you think of someone like Joe Satriani playing legato lines, or Steve Vai playing legato lines, or Eddie Van Halen playing legato lines, they have a sound, and the beauty of that sound, or the appeal of that sound, is that floating over the beat thing. And I love that sound, don't get me wrong, like that's a certain sound. Whereas Brett's legato style is much more in time. And here we've got nice examples of him mixing rhythms. Very precise, rather than just floating with the hands. Very controlled. Now these are Brett Garsed trademarks. Not literally, he hasn't literally trademarked these. But if you look at his legato runs, you see him doing this kind of reach down thing all the time, where he'll skip over a string and hit a note on the lower E string. And I think initially when you hear that, you sort of ask yourself, well, like, why would someone do that? Why would you go for that note? Has he just hit the wrong string there? But definitely not, because he does it so consistently. This is a saxophone thing. You hear saxophone players, when they're doing long flowing legato lines, they reach down, well, not reach down like that, but they'll often hit out a low note in the middle of a legato line, and it sounds so cool. And once I identified that's what Brett was doing, it just suddenly makes sense. Ba bo ba. I'm gonna show you this hand. So you look at this line, right? Da go da 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 da. Let's zoom in on it so you can see it, right? This, you're like, how the hell would you play that? This like stacked fourths thing. Well, you're gonna sweep through that. And we all would. We'd all absolutely sweep for that. But if you look at Brett's hand when he does this, it's fascinating to watch it. Okay, you see this? See this in here? Let me move this over here so I can control the track. Check that. Watch it. He rolls across with the whole hand and arpeggiates that with his picking hand fingers. And it's so, and you know, I'm playing at 35% speed. You watch that at speed. It's so precise. It's so unbelievably precise. So mucho respecto to Brett for having that. I don't know where my playing would be right now if I didn't, you know, see him doing some lessons on hybrid picking and then, you know, sit for hours working on hybrid picking. I was studying classical guitar actually at the time. So seeing a great electric guitarist be like, oh yeah, I use my fingers. And I was like, oh, sweet, I'm allowed to do that. I'm going to play over pick and use my fingers. My classical teacher hated it, though. So sorry, Rory. Does he play that there? Ah, I can't. No, surely not. I'm really... He does. That's a really unorthodox way of fingering that, but you know, such is life. So again, just look at this line. I think I'm spot on with where he articulates the slurs, but I think we can all agree when we listen to this is legato. Definitionally, this is legato, not in the electric guitar sense of the word, where we think legato means pull-offs. Legato doesn't mean pull-offs and hammers. It means smooth. It means played smoothly. The notes being connected together. The difference between and that's more like quasi-legato, but connected. That would be legato. It's not so legato. So smooth, the notes being connected together smoothly. And one way to really make sure you're achieving that is dynamic consistency. So we want a distinct dynamic stability between notes. Distinct dynamics, so that's talking nonsense here. But when we hear this phrase, it's about playing that thing and having all of the notes, well, sorry, let me rephrase that. None of the notes jumping out to you dynamically. When we listen to this, all the notes are smooth. It's just connected, beautiful. And it would sound very different if you were to like alternate pick all of that. So he's going to do a 4-note per string legato thing there, isn't he? Yeah, so is that where he plays that? Let's have a look. Yeah, so this is 4-note per string legato there. And then it's going to reach down there for that fifth. He actually picks the first two, both notes there. And I think all 3 notes there. Oh, okay, no, so it's 4-note string legato. Like that. Adrian Maricacia has joined as a tab master. Thanks very much, bud. I really appreciate that. Though I'm going to point out you can get a whole lot more. Link in the description. You get a whole lot more over on Patreon. You can download a whole lot more. In fact, let's do this. This stream is brought to you by my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. If you would like to join me over on Patreon, check out the link in the description where you can get access to my private Facebook group, my Discord server. You can get access to transcription downloads. You can get your name in the credits of my videos. You can join my new, as of next week, weekly guided practice routines. These are going to be great fun. You shouldn't miss these. And you can have private lessons with me. So please do go and support me over on Patreon. If that doesn't suit, you can also head on over to Amazon, check out one of my books. And you see 100 slide licks for blues guitar in the top right. 100 slide licks for blues guitar. Brett Garsed is in that. Because it's my book. I'll do what I want. Thank you for the support, Adrian. Now we're definitely going to want to zoom out so I can see a little bit more, and we're definitely going to want to change groupings. We don't want 3 measures per line here. Ba 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 da da. What am I doing? This would be our triplet. Look at this madman playing the 20th fret on the lower E string. Is he playing that there, really? He is. And then it's now I'll talk rhythm on this in a second. How I might choose to write this. We'll see how I feel. Yeah. So, with a rhythm like this, I would prefer to kind of cheat a little bit and write that as a group of 7, with this as a group of 4. Because from an analysis perspective, when we look at this, this gives us a sense of acceleration, right? We have a group of 2 followed by a group of 3. A group of 6 is 2 groups of 3. Then a group of 7. So it's 7 notes in the space of 4. We could write this as, and I think technically what he plays here is a group of 4 followed by a group of 3. 30-second notes followed by triplet sixteenths. But I like this of having this da-ga-da, 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 da. It's that accelerating feel. I like the sound of that, and it looks good on the page in terms of studying it. You kind of make sense what's happening. Do you think that true legato involves the notes all being the same volume and tone? Marshall Harrison said that true legato should be all hammers since pull-offs sound different. Well, there's no think about it. It's either the case or it isn't. You can absolutely pull off to do legato, but it's not necessarily about it sounding different. It's about when you pull off, you're essentially re-picking the string. That's what a pull-off is. Your finger that is pulling off is actually re-picking the note underneath it. So if your pull-offs are gentle, you're not injecting too much more energy into the string, it can get by. By the same notion, if every single note you play is a hammer on, like literally you don't pick a single note, you don't pull off a single note, every single note is you hammering onto the fretboard, you're still injecting more energy into the string. You are causing more vibration. So it's all about doing it smoothly. Like when we look at Brett's line, we all agree that he is smooth as fuck here, but not all of it is even guitar legato. You know, he's picking a lot of notes here, but it's still smooth. So so the point is, definitionally, all notes need to be the same volume and tone, and they need to be connected with each other. If I played, like... Some of those notes were a little bit louder, actually. But what I'm going for when I do that is notes that are all the same tone, but also the same volume. That's not enough. It has to be smooth, connected. Has to be smooth. So, smooth. Brett, it's smooth. Let's listen to that line because it's a great line. So, should we listen to it along with Brett? Let's go from the G minor, which will be like bar 8 maybe. If we go from here, I've not actually checked the tempo. Let's make sure we get the right tempo. We are looking at 105. Yeah, spot on 105. We've put this on. We should be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Spot on. Jesus Christ. I'm undecided on this one. Where's he playing this? I think I'm going to write this as a offset triplet. Does he play that there? That's cool. So G blues scale. Now we're changing key again. So we've gone from that G minor chord, a G minor 7, and now we're going to shift to a B minor 7, right? Sorry, B flat minor 7. I'm telling you guys, learn piano. It's it's fun. So let's put the key change in. Fuck's sake. Checking his fingering. Where's he? So he actually doesn't play that, but I'm hearing it, so I'm writing it. Key signature change. We are going to B flat minor. B flat minor 7. Why did that not go in? B flat minor 7. There we go. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Yeah, I'll write this as a 7. Thanks for tuning in, Diego Guitarist. I forget whether or not you're a Patreon supporter, but obviously I'll upload this transcription to download on Patreon tomorrow. So if you wanna take a look at it and study it in depth, I want to draw attention to this. That descending arpeggio again. Look at his picking hand. He rolls that from his little finger. Watch down here. Madman. Love it. He'll do a slide. Definitely a pattern he likes to play. Is it chromatic down? Up the minor triad. Yeah. That's vibrato rather than a bend. Oh, fuck's sake. Ba, ba. And I'm going to take a second here just to point something incredible out to you guys. Not necessarily about Brett, though it is about Brett. Where's my face? I have often said I actually don't transcribe Alan Holdsworth anymore. If I get private requests, if I get jobs come in and someone wants me to do Alan Holdsworth, I say no. I don't do Alan Holdsworth anymore. And the reason I don't do Alan Holdsworth is because I don't understand Alan Holdsworth. I don't understand his fingerings. I don't understand the way he played things. So I can hear the notes, and I can write down the notes that he played, but writing down tab for the notes, the fingering, how he's played the thing, is so difficult for me because his playing is so far removed from how I play, how I've learned the fretboard, how I've learned to finger things, right? Brett is also in that category, but we live in this incredible time where we can get incredible pro shot footage of the guitarist, so we can study their lines in a way that was almost impossible to do with someone like Alan Holdsworth. There's some good footage of him, but nowhere near as much as Brett. In fact, I'd go as far as saying there's almost... That's probably an understatement. I'll say it anyway. I like a bit of hyperbole. There's almost no... Alan Holdsworth has almost no videos even as good as just this one in terms of wanting to really get involved and study the fingerings that a player uses to find their mannerisms. Doing this now is a revelation to me. And so someone asked earlier, I've completely forgot to respond to the comment. Where was it? I'll see the comment in a second. C. James asked, "Hey Levi, is your Hey T-Bone transcription available?" And the answer to that is no, for two reasons. One, I don't have a store where I sell my transcriptions. I do private transcription jobs for people. Two, I did that transcription when I was, 19 years old, 18 years old, okay? And I did it from audio. So I wouldn't stand by the work. I couldn't put my name on the work now and be like, yes, I am confident that that is not just what Brett played, but how Brett played it. Whereas with this, having access to video like this, it's just an incredible tool that we have at our disposal now. And you should be incredibly grateful that you live in a time where you can do that. But not only should you be incredibly grateful you live in a time where you can do that, you should take advantage of the fact that you live in a time where you can do that. There's no better time to really want to understand and learn how to play like your heroes. That is the wrong camera. We'll come back to that one when I do some guitar at the end. So. All right, on the offbeat. Where's he finger it? Is he fingering that there? Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. He's being loose with time here, right? Fuck's sake. Where's he fingering it? Yeah, it's down. Ba ba da da ba 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 da 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 da. Now this is just lazy, right? So it's like offset triplet. I'm going to put a text mark in. It's it's really like trying to do some maths in my head. My brain won't allow it. I can't process it. There you go. I'm gonna what's the phrase I'm looking for here? I'm gonna encompass the text that I'm writing and be lazy. I've been trying to transcribe some Eric Gales and I found similar problems. To replicate some stuff I hear is really weird. Possible that this happens because he's yes, absolutely. Yeah. ba da 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 da. Does he play that there? No. That's a weird line. Yeah, the best chromatic. Oh, how's it going, Brett? Good to see you, man. A genius transcribing an idiot. I would say the complete opposite, mate. I'm an idiot transcribing a genius. Hope you're well, man. Just the most beautiful lines, all right? Ba da ba ba da da. Fuck. Ba ba da. Pressure's on now. Let me check that. Da ba da ba 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 da. Beautiful line. Ba da ba. Ba da ba ba da da. If you're still there, Brett, hang on. I'll do what I did earlier, just so you don't run away. So you can hear how pristine your legato lines are. Not that you don't already know this, but check this, man. Not there. Here. Yeah. We'll go. Oh, we went from the start of G minor, didn't we? Check how pristine your legato lines are, Brett. You know how good your lines are. Ah. Yeah, this is quintuplet. Oh no, what happened? This is quintuplet. Not really, actually. It's actually more precise to write that, I think. Yeah, that famed Guitar Pro tone, also known as the Lucas Mann tone. Actually, so seeing as you're here, Brett, and you're watching, I've noticed that in a lot of your more recent videos, you've been using the Strat in a lot of stuff, and obviously, we probably all think of you the last 15 years as using the blue ESP. Can you comment on why or what has resulted in you bringing the Strat out more? Is that a guitar that you've been using consistently throughout the years? I mean, I know you're a big fan of that particular Strat. I ask because I myself have recently come to fall in love with the Strat, and it's kind of cool to see. And what pickups have you got in that as well? Because it's a nice, thick, bitey tone, even though you're definitely, you single coils in here on a bridge pickup. So it sounds phenomenal. I'll just write it again. It's lazy. Are we going to change key again? So what are we going to here? D flat minor. Let's play it like this. D flat minor. I think definitely I would prefer to write D flat over C sharp. Though I guess no, for minor definitely we'll go C sharp because that's E minor, B major. Sorry, sharp key, E major, B major. So we are writing this, what did we say, C sharp. So technically notes come from the key of B. Key signature wise, I'm going to put the key of E in there. So we're going to be able to see that additional sharp, that 6th degree sharp. What a world. Brett Garsed showing up and calling himself an idiot. Fuck's sake. It's a pull off there. Rhythm is really important. Oh. Yeah, I'm learning your patterns now. That's new though. Nope. Check if he double picks. Yep. Switch back to that 6 years ago. I'll cast and follow Stuart Fraser. Oh yeah, of course. I didn't realise that that Stuart was the other guitarist in John Farnham. I did wonder where that connection with Stuart came from. If I'm right, Stuart passed away a few years ago, didn't he? Yeah, I remember seeing that. That was Both sounds chose the Strat. Well, you know, if you ever want to get rid of that ESP. And I know where I got this from, obviously, because I know how much I've studied. Well, study is probably the wrong. Tried to steal Brett's lines in my youth. It becomes very apparent. I know Holdsworth did it a lot as well, actually, but you really hear it here. We talked about it a lot already. Brett has an incredible legato sound, smooth sound, but that doesn't mean that he's scared of picking multiple notes. And when we look at this, you see time and time again, when he moves on to new strings, this double picking a note twice, you see it a lot. And that falls in line with what Sean Baxter would call swing picking concepts. It's kind of like a Charlie Parker phrasing thing where you want to accent a weak beat, so you pick the downbeat, you pick the weak beat, and then you slur to the next strong beat, and it gives you a really nice sense of kind of swing articulation with things, even if you're not playing with a swing rhythm. And yeah, we're seeing it time and time again here. It's 15 years old, wow. Virgil Arlo pickups, 1152, of course. High action, yep. The only way it should be, man. The only way it should be. Oh, that's interesting. Did you? Oh, that's a sneaky position shift, though, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's really cool. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in notes. Yep. Does he play that there? Ba-ba-da. Is that there? I doubt it. Oh, it is. That's an example of where we're definitely not picking both notes, right? The rhythms are solid, mate. Your rhythms really are. We talked about that a lot earlier. Where are they? These parts here. It would be so easy for you to play lines like this and just blur, but you're very deliberate. Oh, sorry. Very controlled, which obviously sounds even cooler when we have a swing feel. Sorry, I was swinging. I can't help myself. If I do it without the swing, with the swing feel, like, you know, beautiful. I think there's only one part in here where again, your rhythm was pristine, but I chose to quantize it to make it make more sense from a accelerating standpoint. Okay, we're on a strange one here. Oh no. This will be a 7. That's cool. There's a slide in there. All I can say is I wish I had video like this when I was 15, right? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. For the outside sound here, I wish I had the video like this when I was 15. Because still, I'm not gonna. No, fuck it. I'll blow smoke up everyone's asses and create an illusion. Actually, with this, I still wake up in cold sweats thinking about having to transcribe that Hey T-Bone solo. And I say have to transcribe. I didn't have to. I did it because I wanted to. But yeah, a lot of that was like, what? How is this being played? But being able to see it, it's just amazing. Amazing. Being able to see exactly how it's done. I really understand it. And of course, Brett being a good sport, watching along, and being helpful and answering our questions, and that's super cool. Rather than being like, hey, stop stealing all my secrets, motherfuckers. But you post the good quality videos and people are going to steal it. You can't play this good and expect people not to steal. Okay, so Guitar Pro is fun for stuff like this, so I'm going to notate this like that. Oh no. Ba ba yada, ba yada, ba ba. Just guessing. He picks both notes. Hey, you keep uploading videos. You keep uploading them, and I'm gonna keep talking about them. I've been waiting for a great opportunity to do some of your stuff for people to see, and it devastates me, breaks my heart. Well, you get some comments in here where it's like, first comment, Tribe Shift, Brett is an unbelievable guitarist, but I have other people saying, where are we? Nope, gone. Never heard of this guy before, excited to hear. Like, more people should be hearing Brett, so go and subscribe to Brett's channel. Have we got to the end of this first loop through yet, so I can listen to it? And then I'm going to play some guitar. Ba ba da da. I'm going to look at some of these licks and try and piece them together. That's a weird one in terms of articulation because it's not all legato, is it? It looks like it is, but it sounds a little bit like there's a little bit more picking going on in that one. No. Be there, won't it? Oh, that's interesting there. So I spotted that in my peripheral vision and had to check it. That is an upsweep there. Rather than the fingerstyle descending of the arpeggio that we saw earlier, he's upsweeping that. I'm going to quantize this. I'm just quantizing that in terms of rhythm because from a study perspective, that's how I want to see it. Oh, fuck's sake. And that should be us. And then we're back home, landing on the flat 7 of an E minor 7 chord. Key signature change, not J, Control K. Key signature change, we're going to put an E minor in here. I'm not going to transcribe this today. I'm not going to transcribe this at all, if I'm completely honest with you. But of course, I would encourage you guys to give it a stab. Go and take a look at it. Hopefully, I've made that transcription process as seamless as possible. Let's listen to the transcription along with Brett. So make sure that we are supremely in time. Let's make sure we are as tight as our work should be. I know that there's one note in here, not a note, sorry, a rhythm in here. I copped it earlier. Is this part here? In fact, I'm going to, because I did cop it, and I want people to be aware I absolutely copped that before I hit play. So let's fix that. It's here. Nope. Yeah, it's there. And I will leave that as that. I spotted that on the first playthrough and I'm like, I don't know how I made that mistake. Shame on me. Anyway, so let's check this out. I'm going to bring Guitar Pro down a bit because it was a little bit overpowering. So we should be able to put that there. We should be able to go 1, 2. Is this going to come after 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Yeah, it will come in on does a weird thing like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Should have spotted I had that on 100. Didn't have it on 100%. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Should put staccato on that really. So obviously you can expect an animated tab of that to go up on YouTube tomorrow. Let me now dig in and take a look at some of this stuff on the guitar. Because I want these streams to be educational in as many ways as possible. So, how's this for preparation? I mean, it's not really, the strap's not set right for this, but boom. We have a guitar. It might even be in tune. Cool. We want a bit more drive, I would imagine. Ah. Words to that effect. I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at some of these licks. So, if I just jump through this transcription, I mean, to be honest, you should probably look at that first lick. So, because I really like it, and I've got the keyboard set up, so I can lay down a chord. Fuck's sake. Or at least I can try and lay down a chord. So the first thing that jumps out to me on this, don't want that horrible brass sound. Sound like that. Yeah, so if I go, which is our E minor sound. First lick that I thought was really interesting when we were looking at this was screen and face. Yeah. This lick here. It's not like a challenging legato lick, but it's, you know, for all of the legato players out there, and you know, us included, when we do legato lines like this, I think it's very easy to get caught up in fancy 3-note per string patterns, right? But that ends up just sounding scalar. If we're playing this kind of E Dorian vibe over this, note-wise, we would have those sorts of notes. And the beauty of this line is that Brett isn't just playing those traditional 3-note per string patterns, right? So I mentioned it when we were listening to it. If we look at these in terms of 4-note fragments, we have the first fragment is, which is relatively, you know, garden variety. But then we go, and again, that idea of playing like this is like a D6, and then this is really putting a lot of emphasis on that Dorian sound quality that we have going on here. We have emphasis on those C sharps, which are really characteristic of this Dorian sound. But of course, because there's a lot of D major, we're getting a lot of minor seconds in there. Sorry, not minor seconds. The second degree of the minor scale, the ninth. So this, that's a great line. That's it like that, isn't it? I like that. That's really, really tasty. So I thought that was worth throwing down. It does continue on actually, so after that. Needs to be able to read the whole thing. I don't memorize things. I transcribe because I can't remember things, so I have to read them. And then up to that. That's a really tasty legato line. And then where he goes from there, you have that, again, really smooth, kind of, I mentioned this when I was transcribing it because I thought it was such a cool line at the time, is this move up this D6 where we go, then that's position shift, words to that effect. So let's listen to Brett playing that line, and then we will play that line because it's a cool line, and we like cool lines. This. And it's that triplet. Da da ga da ga da ga da ga da da. Oh, sorry. Ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ga da ba ba da ba. Really cool. It's up to the 12. I'm just checking his finger in for it. It's up on the okay. Take a second with it, get familiar with it. So D6. And of course, hybrid picking, you don't need to hybrid pick this, but being a long time hybrid picker myself, thanks to Brett, I don't mind that. He picks both notes there. Let's try that along with Brett again. Not a problem at that speed, right? It's a slide there. Okay, a little bit faster, 70% speed. Now, of course, what I want to point out, guys, when I'm doing something like this is how you learn from a transcription. This is how you study people's work. This is how you understand how to use stuff like this. It's not just putting my fingers down. I made a conscious effort to talk about what I'm playing. This is a D6 sound, or B minor 7, depending on how you want to think about it. But it's like we're going, and then the resolution to the E minor suddenly means it's a line that makes sense to me now, and it's something that I would be able to use in other contexts without so much thought having to go into it, right? Then at 100% speed. Not far off. So, really nice line. Let's keep going. There's actually another line in shortly after that I quite like. This. Simple line, right? Definitely, well, I was going to say B minor, not E minor. And it's that chromatic in there, right? Getting those in your phrasing. Again, if I lay down an E minor chord. Now, legato isn't my thing. I'm not great at it. My finger strength just isn't where it needs to be for this sort of stuff. But that's great. Yeah, cool line. Let's play it along with Brett. That's a cool line. I just, same old, like, find me people that play lines like that. They're not there. Okay, let's get on to the beast, the monster. So, changes to the G minor. And then can't see me nailing this, if I'm honest, but let's take a look at it. So we're beginning that G minor, and there's a position shift that he does for this. And I think that it was one of the things actually that I really picked up from Brett when I was studying his instructional video back in the day. When it comes to for me it was pentatonics, but it works just as well for 3-note string stuff, and that is my pentatonic playing. The reason I don't use my little finger all that much is if I'm playing E minor pentatonic like this, no little finger in there, right? Because the little finger is useful to me, but it's useful as a position shifting tool. So I'll use it when I want to stretch out. Action's a little high on this, to be honest. And the same thing would be true of 3-note string patterns, right? So if you're playing like, I don't know, G major, let's make it in line with what we're doing. Dorian, like E Dorian. We can use those position shifts as our way of changing, 4-note string patterns as a way of changing positions. And that's what we have here. When I study this, we have this. These position shifts would come in, these slides. Of course, we could play that legato. If we use the correct rhythm. And then you have that really cool which I'm never getting the high rolls with 3 fingers, not a problem. But 4, it just falls apart. So I'm gonna, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that, and there's no way I could ever do that and make that sound smooth. Four-note string. I mean, that's just nuts. Not even going to insult my intelligence or insult your intelligence by pretending I'm going to be able to play that line. I can't play that line. Let's take a look at one that I might have a hope of doing. So as we move over to the later on in the piece, cool line. It's this. Let's take a look at what's going on there. So this is B flat minor 7, playing over a B flat minor 7 chord. Probably lay one down for you. If we played like this. What am I doing? Let's play this. B flat minor 7, and we're down here at this 3rd fret area, and we're playing. Now that chromatic line is going to continue on from there. I think just taking a second to become really familiar with the arpeggio. Pentatonic patterns. And then that full Dorian. attributes of that Dorian position. So then when we look at the line, where do we go from there? We go... which is an interesting way to end that line. That's the motion that we're going for there. So again, I bring the tab up just so you can see that. There's this phrase here. We change to the what do we go to? We're on the B flat at this point. The C sharp minor. You know what? I think I've got a fun way to end the stream. So I know Brett put a backing track for this up on YouTube, right? So let's embarrass ourselves, because I mean this just reminds me of my youth so much, playing over stuff like this, and I'll never stop enjoying stuff like this and playing stuff like this. So I'm gonna just head on over to YouTube, check out the backing track, and see if we can steal or play some of these Brett Garsed ideas. Probably not. Most definitely not. It's this, isn't it? Minor thirds modulation backing track. So taking your time with each sound and really getting the E minor. Sixth. To the G minor. To the B flat minor. Fuck. That's me trying to be Brett Garsed, right? Back to the E minor. Dorian. Fuck, where was the G minor? Dorian. Go one more time. So, and now I won't try and play smooth. I know, I'll try and play Dorian. Nope. It's in there somewhere. It's funny. I think that technique is one of those fickle beasts, isn't it? Like, there's a lot more Brett in my playing than even I'm aware of, I think, because I've listened to so much of it. When I'm on that G minor chord like that, without really thinking about it, those sort of... they're all there, I know these types of lines. But the fluidity that you need to execute them at speed with the accuracy and dynamic control that someone like Brett executes them with is just phenomenal. And it's why he's one of the all-time greats. Like, he really is. There's... I've got all my things that I do. That all makes sense to me. But executing those lines at speed is just, nope, it's not happening. So there we have it. There's a reason why Brett Garsed is Brett Garsed, and I'm just Levi Clay. Lastly, just want to say a huge thank you to my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. If you would like to get this transcription, you want to learn more about transcriptions or how to transcribe, how to study harmony, how to really try and steal people's identities. Bad idea to say things like that, because I failed miserably at stealing Brett's identity there. But I definitely, it reminded me of some ideas, and it helped me bring out some of these things that I think have been long dormant in my playing, and will probably go back to being long dormant because I'm nowhere near good enough to execute stuff like this. But yeah, absolutely fabulous player. Please do go and check me out on Patreon. Check out my books. You can see them on screen there. Some of them, more of them available on Amazon. So have a look for some of those, and you'll see Brett Garsed in one of those, because Brett's the man. He's one of my heroes. I love him very dearly. And lastly, please do go and check out Brett. This stream isn't about, I want you to check out my stuff, sure. But the beauty of these transcription streams is I get to transcribe things that I'm excited by, things that I love, things that really turn me on. And Brett's playing, to quote Brett, gives me the horn. I've got the horn. And can you blame me? His playing is just phenomenal. So please do go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Check him out. Go give him your love and support. Go and check out his last solo album was Dark Matter, which was way back in 2011. And I think Brett would agree with me. It's not viable making instrumental albums, funnily enough. So I can't see another one coming anytime soon. But yeah, I think that certainly Brett may agree with me on this. He may not. For me, at least, I find that making money in this industry is nowhere near as appealing as making things that people enjoy. Making things that people will remember long after I'm gone. And the biggest travesty would be Brett's music sort of fading away into obscurity. And we've already seen aspects of that due to some of those older albums. The TJ Helmrich duo albums aren't available on streaming platforms, and obviously long out of print in terms of CDs, etc. So keep this music alive. Go and tell your friends about it. Go and tell them you found an incredible guitar player today. Go and listen to Brett's music. Tell people about what he is doing, because he's incredible and he deserves more love and attention for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you've had a great time. I've had an awesome time doing this. I will be back in a couple of weeks to do another live stream. But I'll also be back on Tuesday launching my weekly guided practice routines. So those are going to be fun. You might want to check them out. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you for another video soon. Goodbye.